Hello, all of my lovely artists. This is your friendly neighborhood art teacher, Miss Asbury, and today we are going to be doing a doodle page for our after-school art project. Now, the fun thing about these doodle pages is everybody's is going to look different. Nobody's is going to look exactly the same, and they give you a little bit of freedom with your doodles. Today's theme is going to be desserts and candies. So, our goal is to fill up our entire page with doodles of candies and desserts, which happens to be my specialty because I have a crazy sweet tooth. So the biggest thing to remember about this is that you can make any kind of candy you want just by breaking it down into simple shapes. For example, if you wanted to do like some kind of candy bar, you could start just by drawing a rectangle like that. You could do the little wrapper edges by doing a bunch of triangles. And if you have a favorite kind of candy bar, you could write the logo in here. Or if you wanted to keep it kind of basic, you could even just do little shapes to make it seem like it's got some kind of design on its way. Like that. Now, I'm going to draw a heart on it just because I can. What else could we do? We could also do, like, for example, we could do a sucker. So let's break down a sucker into simple shapes. Obviously, you could start with a circle or an oval. You need the stick. So that's just a really skinny rectangle. You could put the wrapper on top with a smaller circle and a little wavy organic shape. Like that. Same thing, you could do some kind of pattern on the inside to make it look a little fancier. Alright, there's a sucker. Let's see, if you want to get really complicated, we could even do some cupcakes. So a cupcake I like to break down by doing kind of an upside down trapezoid with little boop, 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 boop. And then you could do some skinny ovals on top to make a cupcake. I like to make the top a little funky. You could add sprinkles on it. And I like to do lines in my cupcake holders to make them look right. Alright, there's my cupcake. What else could we do? We could also do a slice of cake. A slice of cake you could start by doing, let's see, you could do a triangle shape like this, or let's see, even I struggle sometimes figuring out how to do things, and that's okay. You could start with that, and you could make it into, let's see, you could put a triangle on top, make it look like a layered cake with icing in the middle. You could give it the little icing edges to it, just like that. You could put more sprinkles on top, give it some dots to make it look cakey. That's an option. What else could we do? What else could we break down into simple shapes? Let me zoom in a bit. I'll scoot it up. You could also do repeated desserts if you want to do a different kind of cupcake. Let's do an easier one. You could just do a rectangle shape with, ooh, this could turn into a muffin actually. Like that. You could still put the little lines in. And you could add little chunks, whether it's fruit or chocolate chips, depends on your favorite kind of muffin. Like that. We could do, ooh, we could do a gum, like you could do either a gum ball. To do a gum ball, that's easy. You can just do a circle with a little highlight. My highlights kind of look like a blocky lowercase I that's curved like that. That could be your gum ball. If you want to do kind of like that double bubble like in the wrapper, you could do like a chunky, almost like a square. And this is how I like to do those edges of wrappers, it kind of looks like, you know what? I don't even know what it looks like, but it just looks like some squiggles with some diagonal lines. Like that. And I'll just put a little oval to make it look like the logo. And you can see we're already starting to fill up our doodle page quite a bit. But to make it a little bit more exciting, in between each piece of candy and dessert, you can do little fillers. Fillers are things that kind of make the piece flow better. So for example, under my cupcake, I might do some little stars and dots. You could do hearts. You could do squiggles. It's all just depending on what you like to doodle for your squiggles. You can make all kinds of things to make these flow together well. All right, let's think about what else we can add. What other kinds of candies could we make? We could do something kind of like a Twizzler. So to do my Twizzler, I'm just making this up as I go. It doesn't have to be too fancy. I'm just gonna do kind of a wiggly rectangle. And then I'm gonna make it look like it's twisty. So I'm just doing a bunch of curved lines. Like that. So I've got kind of a Twizzler there. Put some more filler. Perfect. All right, besides a Twizzler, what else could we do? Oh, we could do like chunks of chocolate, like Hershey's chocolate. And that's basically just gonna look like a rectangle with a smaller rectangle on the inside. You could put some little squiggles to make it look like the Hershey word. If you want to do several blocks of chocolate stuck together, they're usually in rows of 3, so I might go in, do a rectangle like this, split it into thirds, not very even. Do another small rectangle, another small rectangle, another small rectangle. Just like that. Let's make it look like it's got the word Hershey's. Now, if you really want to get complicated about it, you could make this look 3D. The easiest way to make it look 3D is to just attach a skinny rectangle underneath our blocks of chocolate and just have the lines go in like that. And that will make it look 3D, just like that. All right, I'll put some more filler in there while I think about my next piece of candy. I might do, let's see, you could even do other things like cotton candy, something kind of bigger, so I might make this take up a lot of my page. And cotton candy is really just a lot of bumpy lines joining to make kind of a cloud shape. The triangle stuck to the bottom. If you really want to get fancy about it on the inside, you can do some more squiggles to make it look even fluffier. And it usually has a line down the middle since that's where the seam of the paper cone is. So there's our cotton candy, more filler. All right, what else is big that we could do that's candy? On this side, we could do a big old ice cream cone. So I'm gonna start that off with a circle with some bumpy bits. If you were in my 4th grade class, you know that we've been doing ice cream lately, so you know how to do the scoop with the bumpies. Give it a little bit of texture with a crisscross pattern. I might put a cherry on top and some kind of chocolate syrup running down it. I sometimes like to put little wavy lines too to give my ice cream a bit of texture. So there's that. Now guys, I'm doing my candy a certain way, but you can always do your own desserts, put it wherever you want to. I don't want it to look exactly like mine. I'm just giving you some ideas for your doodle page. Ooh, up here we could do a cookie. Now a cookie's not really a perfect circle, so I'm gonna let my hand kind of shake a bit while I'm making this big old circle. And give it some chocolate chunks. Some chocolate chunks off to the side. And I think cookies have a little texture to it too. I just like to add these wavy lines to make it look bumpy and good. Alright, let's see. Let's put some more candy bars in here. Ooh, actually now that I've drawn that, it makes me think of those little Debbie cakes that look like little swirls, so I'm gonna do one of those. And have some bumpies like that. Perfect. More filler. I really like those little Debbie cakes that are completely chocolate. Have you ever had those? They have like the white icing right in the middle here that kind of look like 8s. I used to make these all the time when I was little. I would go bump, 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 and match it on the other side and put little circles and do little dots to look like those. I don't remember what they're called. I don't know if they're just chocolate cupcakes or exactly what they are. What other little Debbie cakes? I like Twinkies. Twinkies are basically just rounded oval shapes, but they're flat on the bottom. And I know the bottom's always kind of brown, so I like to do that and give it some dots. So there's my Twinkie. I'm gonna do a Jolly Rancher here. So guys, really, just think about your favorite candies and go with it. Make some doodles. All right. And let's see. I'll do another gumball, I think. Now the rest of this is kind of just playing and doodling what I like to eat when I have my sweet tooth. So before I get too carried away, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my doodle page on my own and I'll show you the finished product. So 1, 2, 3. Alright friends, there is my completed candy and dessert themed doodle page. And let's zoom in a little bit on it here. So I just did a bunch of candy that makes my mouth water. Some favorites. I did M&M's. I love this chocolate covered cherries, Hershey Kisses, cookies, gumballs, galore. And the more you shove into this space, the better it's gonna look. I went ahead and colored mine just because I knew that that would make it pop out. If you don't want to, that's okay, but remember you can always shade stuff in with your pencil. Like if you wanted to do cupcake liners or chocolate, you could always shade in with your pencil. But that is all I have for you this week. You could display it in the landscape or the portrait, but it's just something really fun to get your mind turning or even just relax after a hard day of working. So without further ado, I'm signing off and I will see you guys next week. Bye.